Okay, this video is going to show you how to modify your existing HVAC unit lighting from pretty much any model of a Honda Element, 2003 to 2011. Specifically, this is out of an 04. So I don't think anything had changed between 03 and 09. 09 and 11 might be different. I could be wrong because I don't know too much about the 09s to 11 or to 11s. But let's take a look at how to modify your current OEM bulb to an aftermarket LED bulb. Reasons for doing this is because cost, right? And if you're handy, you should be doing this. Cost and appearance are the two biggest reasons to do this. One, cost of a new OEM post with an incandescent light is around $10 per. You're going to need 3 of them, actually 6 altogether, but 3 of this style and 3 of another smaller style. Now you can offset that by a little bit of elbow grease in time. These LED 3mm long pole LEDs are I believe $8 for a pack of 50, somewhere right around there. I'm sure you can find them cheaper. Make sure you get the 12-volt version, not the 3-volt or the 9-volt. Get the 12-volt version, and you'll not have to do any kind of modifications, no capacitors, no nothing. And we'll show you how to modify the post and get that wrapped around the bottom and put in. What we will not be showing you in this video is how to take your dash apart. There are plenty of videos out there on how to remove the dash cluster and the HVAC control unit out of the Honda Element to make that modification. I went with a blue, like an ice blue color, which will make a world of difference to match my dash cluster. So that'll be kind of cool that they will now match. Yeah, so we'll get into that. We'll show you kind of some in-depth photos and a little bit as to how to go about this. Some of it's pretty simplistic, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we have removed the HVAC control post from the back of the unit, and what you're going to need to do first is unwind this pole unwind the leads and gently remove the incandescent bulb from the unit. And then we're going to make a modification to this unit here as well, or this post. About a 1/4 inch down there is a stopper, and for what we are going to be doing, we only need to cut it down to that. So we'll use a really crude form of doing it, which I found works quite well. It's a pair of nail clippers. We'll just cut it down. Initially you can hit it with a razor blade, score it, and then just cut it with a pair of nail clippers. It leaves a clean cut, plus you don't have to mess with a saw or any kind of blade or anything like that. So and then we'll show you how to wrap the new posts or the new leads around the post back here. One of them does run a little bit short, but I believe it will work, and by the end of this video I'll prove that it works too as well. So if it doesn't, I'll come back and make an amendment to the video. But yeah, so let's get into that. Okay, so I immediately know that focusing is going to be an issue for a type of mod like this, because my hands are going to be really close to the camera some point. But here's the post that we have. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in there about a better way to do this. But I'm using just kind of like a dental scraping utensil. You could use probably an X-Acto knife or something, but I found that this works quite well. So we're going to follow the path of the wire first. The wire comes through the tube or the post, out the hole, up, and then around, and then down. So your end point for this is right here. And all you gotta do is just kind of work it out, get it unstuck, and let's see how quickly I can do that. Oh, it's already unstuck. Probably just use your finger and follow it the rest of the way through up. And as you see, got a little latch there. We can already grab onto that. So we'll just reach in there and pull that up. So now that one's detached. Fold it down. Make it as straight as possible to make it easier for the bulb to come out. Do the same thing with the next one. Sorry if the lighting's bad. I apologize. And we'll get that hooked up. Same thing, wrap it down. By the way, these little utensils can be picked up for like a couple dollars a set of 6 or so at Harbor Freight, dirt cheap. And then we'll grab the incandescent bulb and remove it. As you can see, those posts on the incandescent bulb are quite large, so we're going to remove and do a comparison for these. They are a little bit shorter, which not much, but it does make a little bit of difference. So yes, that's why we are trimming it down some more. But what I also want to make sure is, I don't know if you can see this, but I look at this way. The lock-in post is heading to the right. So I will, when I put these, insert this in, I will keep the long post, whichever that is, the positive or negative, on all of these on the right side of that. That way you have consistent, and you're not going to have to take the bulbs out and switch them around. I've heard of people putting them in and having to switch them around because they were doing 180 degrees on them because they're not, they didn't put them all in the same, right? It got flip-flopped. But anyway, so I'm just going to keep it consistent. The long post will go to the right of the direction of the mouth of the latch that catches on the, it's like the little lock that locks it into position once you get it back in. So anyway, so we're going to take that, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, get some light over there maybe. The 2 holes that the posts go down, and you can see how there's a tapered lip here. We're just going to cut that down. What I will use first is the X-Acto knife, and I will try not to kill myself. So just kind of work it down till you get to the post, or the stopper, so it's good enough. And then I'll just honestly come in with the clippers and just work my way around. And as you can see, it's pretty effective. And then we'll just get a good clean cut on it to get it down to the base. And you don't want to, some of the holes that go into the HVAC unit is kind of tight, so you don't want to like malform the post at all. And you know, it's good to go with a bulb that's already the same size that fits the existing hole, because I know there's 1 or 2 other videos out there where they've actually had to take the HVAC unit controller apart and then feed the bulb in through the front, then lock it in. This way, this modification, you don't have to do that, so it frees you up a little bit. So then we're going to, like I said earlier, excuse me, we'll line the long post up, so we'll feed that post in there, get it down, seats perfectly here, and then we'll just use our hands to fold that up. And you might need to give it a little, well, actually this one you don't, it's the other HVAC control light you do, because the grooves are a little bit smaller. So just kind of force it in there a little bit. So here we go with that, and we'll fold this one over. We'll lock that LED in there. So now we've got a perfect fold here. This is the one that's going to be a little short, but I don't think that's going to, I still think it's got plenty of meat on there to catch. So we will then take a fold here, fold that straight down. Don't actually even have to lock it in to wrap around. Not that we have any extra length to do that, but you don't have to. So this one's locked up too as well. And then I'll take a little pair of pliers and fold that one over so that it works out a little bit better. There we go. There we go. You just want to, the biggest concern is you want to line up with the parallel with the latch that it's supposed to go down. So hopefully when these get locked in, everything will line up perfectly. My guess is there's this little lip right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little lip there. It's a little bit taller than you. As long as it's hitting on that, you should be good. Plus this wire is a little bit thicker than the OEM wire is, so you might get a better seal and a better lock. It won't jiggle around or anything. So yeah, that's it. That's literally all you've got to do to modify your HVAC controls. And I'll leave a link in the general area for what to do, or where to purchase these. Now, one thing else, I'm going to pause here for a second. I'm going to jump back in. I do want to show you the difference between the two different types of posts and lamps here. Hold on. Okay, just to show you the difference, there are two. The tall post, the tall gray one, goes into the top of the unit. And there's a shorter, smaller, yellow, white post that goes in the bottom. And there's 3 of each, okay? And you easily just unlock them by putting a flathead screwdriver in it, find the groove, give it a quarter turn, and they will unlock, and then just kind of work it into a position to where it's loose. And then, that one's good. And then just kind of give it a whack on the back to make sure it comes out. And that's it. That is all you got to do. Same procedure with the small post is cut it down to the stop and then wrap that baby around there and you'll be good to go. I will show you what that looks like in a minute here for the other one, just so you see both. Thank you. Okay, and I wanted to show you the lower controls. The bulb fits in there just perfectly and it goes through the slot just like the OEM does. All you want to do is, again, disconnect, unravel the wire, and then cut it down to the actual the stopper. You don't need to cut any further down than that, and just do your standard wrap around like I have here. And remember to keep all your leads facing the same way, so that if you do need to make a 180 turn, you're gonna have to do it with all of them instead of sitting there and guessing 8 million times to which one's the right direction, which one's not. So again, you're going to get a huge performance upgrade from this appearance wise. So all right, let me know if you guys have any comments, questions on how this is all done, or what else you guys want to see later. Okay, so this is a night video, so it's not going to look great until I turn the lights on, but this is the result right here. That's pretty solid. Wait, why does the P not light up? That's strange. I guess it does a little bit. But, yeah. Look at that. Pretty good. One thing I don't notice is that if you don't use a light with a diffuser on it, like a LED that has a diffuser, you won't get the red band lit up. You can barely see it, but it doesn't light up like I've seen other people do with the diffusers. So there's the dash, which actually is a little bit brighter, it's the same bulbs. Actually, it's not. That's the same bulb right there. That's more of a blue. I guess it's close enough. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's what it is. It worked out perfectly.